Hello, and welcome to this webinar about our Business, Fashion, and Culture of Europe program, which is a summer 2019 short-term study abroad program. My name is Erin Kehoe. I am the study abroad coordinator here at LAM, and I'm really excited to be able to speak with you here today about this program. It is brand new for us, and I think it's going to be great. So without further ado, let's get started. To give you an idea of what I'm planning to cover today, I'll talk about the program in general. I'll go over the course and credits that you'll earn as a participant in the program. I'll talk about our itinerary and then get into some of the logistical information, including finances, health and safety, and the application requirements and process. And as you can see, I've left a slide for questions there at the end, but because you'll be watching this asynchronously, you of course won't be able to ask me any questions right now. But I will provide you with my contact information. So if you do have questions as you're listening to this recording, please do write them down and don't hesitate to send me an email once you're done. I'm more than happy to help clarify anything that I speak about today or to help answer any questions about your particular situation, anything that comes up. So again, this is a short-term study abroad program. This particular program is 2 weeks long and is based in London, England, and Paris, France. So our group will be traveling to both cities. Given that this is a short-term program, like all of our other short-term study abroad opportunities, participants will be traveling as a group with other LAM students, and you'll be accompanied by 2 LAM faculty members. The faculty who will be accompanying the group are still to be determined, but we should have those names for our participants soon. I know that we actually usually have more faculty who are interested in participating than we have opportunities available. So our faculty are really excited and eager to share this experience with you as well. So for this particular study abroad program, students take a culture and fashion focused course taught by an LAM faculty member. The course number is still to be determined, but it will be STSA and then the 4 numbers. So as you know, all LAM courses have a code that includes 4 letters and then 4 numbers. So just to give you an idea, the 4 letters will be STSA. The focus of the course is on giving students an introduction to the industry in both London and in Paris, as well as the historical and cultural background in both of those cities as well. So the hope is that when students complete this program, they're leaving with a good idea of what the industry looks like in the 2 cities that we're visiting and how the history and culture of those places has interacted with the fashion industry. So as an LIM student, you are really an expert on what fashion is like in New York City, and both through your coursework, your internships, your individual knowledge and interests. So the hope is that once you've completed this program, you'll really be able to compare and contrast the situation in New York with what it looks like in London and in Paris. This course is worth 3 elective credits, so the equivalent of 1 elective space on your course check sheet. As with all of our study abroad programs, academics are the priority, so we are really excited for you to have the opportunity to travel overseas, to get to see new places, experience new things, but we also do expect that all participants are staying on top of their coursework, including the coursework that you'll have prior to departing to go overseas, as well as while you're abroad, although there will not be a ton of work that's due while you're traveling, because your professor will certainly recognize that you want to get out and explore as much as you can on your own, as well as upon return. So typically there's a final project or final paper due after you come back from your travels, so that you can incorporate what you saw overseas into that final culminating assignment. This particular course will begin online prior to departure, so you'll travel overseas with a bit of a background already on both of the countries and their fashion industries. The benefit of doing this is that it means that while you're actually abroad, we don't need to put you into a classroom and have a professor lecture at all. So all of the activities that are included as part of the course while you're abroad are hands-on, experiential opportunities. You're really getting out and seeing the things that you're learning about rather than, again, being in a classroom. So to give you an idea of our planned itinerary, on June 1st, the program will begin. We will have a flight from JFK to London, so it's a direct flight. We will arrive the morning of June 2nd, and we will hit the ground running with a city tour so that you can get your bearings, as well as a welcome dinner for the group. Between June 3rd through 6th, our group will have a whole host of activities around London. These will include museum visits, so we're planning to visit the Victoria and Albert Museum, as well as the Fashion and Textile Museum. We also have plans to explore the British retailing environment, so by getting out and seeing some of the best known as well as most iconic British stores. We have a fashion walking tour planned, and we plan to visit British fashion companies as well, and more. On June 7th, our group will travel from London to Paris by train, so you will take the Eurostar train through the Channel Tunnel from London to Paris. And then June 8th through 14th, our group will stay in Paris. So again, we'll have museum visits. We're planning to go to the Louvre, the Yves Saint Laurent Museum, and to see the Sacré-Cœur Basilica, the Arc de Triomphe, and the Eiffel Tower. So those are obviously cultural and historical visits. We also plan to explore the French retailing environment a bit, and to visit French fashion companies. Sorry for that typo there. And then finally, on June 14th, our group will fly back to New York City. So as you can see, this program encompasses essentially the first 2 weeks of June. As you'll see in that note on the side there, the itinerary is always subject to change. We do have tentative holds on all of the activities that are mentioned here, but we're not able to actually secure them until we have our set group of students and we're able to put down a deposit. So I just say that to say, if you have always wanted to go to see the Arc de Triomphe, and suddenly when you apply to the program, you get your final itinerary from us, and you say, but wait, Erin said that we were going to see the Arc de Triomphe in the informational PowerPoint. Yes, that's true, but perhaps, they're just, by the time that we were able to put down a deposit, there was no availability at the Arc de Triomphe. That is also to say that if we do need to make any changes to what's listed here, we will replace any activities that we can't go on with something that is, roughly equivalent. So we wouldn't just take something out and then leave a hole in the itinerary. So anyway, I don't expect that we'll have any changes, but just a small caveat. And also, in both cities, we'll make a point of providing you free time so that you can get out and explore. So again, if there is something that you are really dying to do in one of these two places, if you have shopping that you'd like to do, which is something our students often want to spend some time on, then there will be free time available for you to do that. We really try to find a balance between planned activities and then free time, because I do think that both are really valuable. The program cost is $5,000 this year. This does include round-trip flights, so again, from JFK to London, and then at the end of the program, Paris back to JFK. In-country transportation, including that train between London and Paris. Housing at hostels for the duration of the program. So these will be centrally located hostels close to public transportation. You will be in shared rooms with split by gender, and only with other LIM students. So you will not be placed with people that you don't know in these hostels. All of your entrances to the cultural sites that we go to as part of the program, some of your meals, including all of your breakfasts, and tuition for the 3 credits that you're earning. So sometimes students have a little bit of confusion about the program fee, and they might say to themselves, okay, I understand that the program fee covers things like my flights and accommodation for the 2 weeks, but then I'll also be charged for tuition for the credits I'm earning that will appear in my LIM transcript. And that is not actually the case. This $5,000 is the only fee that you need to pay to LIM to participate in the program and to earn the 3 credits. There are a couple of additional costs on top of that program fee, but they're relatively minimal. They include food, so for your non-included meals, you need to cover food. If you don't yet have a passport, you'll need to get one. And then, of course, any shopping and entertainment that you would like to do as well. So if you're already thinking about a budget for this program, again, on top of the program fee, if you go on our website, we have estimates on what we think all of these additional costs will be to give you a start in that process. Federal, state, and institutional financial aid might apply to a short-term study abroad program. Typically, one thing that you do need to keep in mind is that you usually need to be earning at least 6 credits over the summer term in order to apply aid. So since this program is 3 credits, you would need to be taking at least one other summer course here at LIM in order to use your financial aid. This can also depend a little bit on your particular aid package. So if you get financial aid and you're wondering if you can use it towards the summer program, I strongly encourage you to speak with a financial aid counselor even before you submit your application so that you have a really good idea of how your aid package will apply, how much of the program fee it might cover, any other expenses you should be aware of. They'll really be able to help you with that. So just a little bit about health and safety. Whenever I am planning a brand new program or even renewing an existing program, I always want to make sure that our students have obviously a very positive academic experience, but also that they're staying healthy and safe. So we have a few measures in place to make sure of this. One thing that we do is that we require all of our travelers through any of our programs to have health insurance abroad for the duration of their time overseas. So there are a few ways that you might have this. For example, if you're covered by the college's health insurance plan, you are already covered while you're abroad, so you don't need to get anything that's supplemental. If you're covered under, say, your parents' plan, that plan may have international coverage. You need to check with them to see. Or there are also third-party health insurance companies that sell supplemental policies just for travelers going overseas. So it's something that we'll talk about more in detail further down the line once you've been accepted to the program. Not something that you need to show to me just yet, but it is something to keep in mind that you'll be required to have that coverage. If you don't have coverage yet, it is a pretty affordable thing for a short program like this. It's usually somewhere between $20 and $30 for coverage for the whole time that you're abroad. So luckily not anything too overwhelming. We also have a number of other procedures in place, which I'll talk about in more detail, again, to all of our accepted students. But just to give you an idea of what we do, for example, the college partners with a travel risk management company called International SOS. So we basically pay for a membership with International SOS and then pass those membership benefits on to all of our students free of charge. So if you're accepted to the program, you will get an ISOS membership card and more instruction on how to make use of that resource both before you depart and once you're abroad. We also train all of our faculty leaders on potential emergency scenarios that could come up and how to deal with them. And then finally, we discuss safety and security abroad at the mandatory pre-departure orientation that all students are required to go to. So both our students and our faculty are well trained before they ever leave the US. The requirements to apply to this program are that you be in good academic and financial standing. So that basically means that when you go into SONUS and click on the registration tab, you don't see any scary red writing there that says that you have a hold. Now is actually a really good time to check that because, as you know, registration is coming up, so you do want to clear any holds that you have anyway. The GPA recommendation for all of our study abroad programs is a 3.0. However, this is not a hard cutoff. So if you do have a GPA that's slightly lower, but you are really passionate about the program, I would definitely encourage you to still submit your application. Typically, the lowest GPA that we usually accept is a 2.5, so you would want to aim to be at least a 2.5 or higher. But there are some other factors that I look at in addition to GPA, so that's the reason why that 3.0 is not a hard cutoff. As far as class standing goes, you need to be matriculated at LIM for at least 2 semesters before the start date of the program, so you need to be a full-time student this fall 2018 semester and a full-time student in spring 2019 as well. And this particular program is only open to undergraduate students. The application deadline for this program and our other summer 2019 program in Florence is Thursday, November 1st. The application itself is available on the website. It's a downloadable PDF, so you can save it to your desktop and fill it out. When you fill out that form, you will also write a short essay for me, and there are more instructions on the application about what I'm looking for from that. And you'll send me an unofficial copy of your transcript from SONUS as well. So you'll email me all of those things, and that comprises your completed application. Once you submit those things to me, I will also go ahead and schedule a short one-on-one interview with you. So that interview, your essay, and your cumulative LIM GPA all comprise the components that I look at when I'm looking at each applicant. We do have limited spots available in this program, as in all of our study abroad programs. So again, each applicant gets ranked, so, you know, of course, at this point, there's not much that you can do to change your GPA, but if you are really passionate about the program, I would encourage you to work on your essay, make sure that it is original and unique and really reflects you as a person and has also been proofread. And also that you are coming into your interview with me, you know, with a confident bearing, and that you've given some thought to really why you want to participate in this particular program, as well as what characteristics really make you a great candidate to go abroad. In addition to the application that you'll submit to me, you will also submit an initial deposit to $375 to the Student Financial Services Office. Please don't submit that to me. When you do turn it into them, you can either pay by cash or check at their offices in the townhouse, or you can pay online using the online payment system that you would use to pay your tuition or any other expenses. That deposit serves a couple of purposes. So it both tells me that you're serious about your application and serious about this process, as well as serves as your first deposit towards the program fee. So if you're accepted to the program, that $375 goes towards your program fee. If you are not accepted to the program, or if you're offered a spot but you ultimately decline, that $375 would get refunded to you. So either way, in a sense, you get to hold on to that money. So I've mentioned our website a couple of times. It is a really great place to go and get more information about all of our programs. If you Google LIM College Study Abroad, we are the first result that comes up. You can also search for us from the college's main front page using that search function. Not only is there information about each of the programs that we offer, there's also a page just for parents and family. So if you are interested in applying and speaking with family about that, that can be a really good place to send them. So typically, I like to have students who have participated in a given program in the past come in during an info session and speak about their experiences a little bit, because this is a brand new program for us, and also, of course, because we're recording it. It's not a live info session. I'm not able to do that. But I did want to give some feedback from students who have participated in similar style programs in Europe previously. So one student said, had an amazing time all abroad and learned so much about the country. It was definitely an unforgettable experience. Another student said, the overall experience was incredible, and it was a great learning experience that helped me gain a better understanding of the culture, people, art, food, etc. It was great to be able to tour around the city and be outside more than stuck in a classroom. The experience is one that I was very fortunate to have, and one that I took a lot away from. So that is everything that I have for you. I hope that you found this presentation useful. As you can see, there's my email address. It's erin.kehoe@limcollege.edu. Please, please, please don't hesitate to reach out to me with any questions, comments, concerns. Again, whether they're general, super specific, anything in between, I'm more than happy to help. And if it would be helpful, I'm also happy to meet with you one-on-one, either in person at my office or by phone if that's more convenient. So again, don't hesitate to reach out, and I do hope that I will be able to review your application soon. Thanks once again.